Hello everybody and welcome back to another crypto video, and today we're gonna be talking about how much XRP it would take to become a millionaire. And I think this is a very interesting subject because everybody likes to talk about money and about getting rich with crypto. I think most people are always excited to talk about subjects like this, and today I want to bring some more things to light. One of those being when millionaire and stuff like that, and another one is gonna be how much XRP would it take. So let's first start off with when, but before we even start with that, we are giving away 100 XRP if we can get 1,500 likes on this video today. Alright, so make sure you press that like button right now. Make sure you also comment something down below and subscribe, because that's all you need to do to enter. And if we hit that, we'll announce the winner today or tomorrow in a video live. Alright, so make sure you check those videos out though, because some people don't claim their money after they've won the giveaway. I told you guys about that before. Having said that, let's talk a little bit more about when this can happen, as how high those prices will go, I'll talk to you guys about in just a second. But when is a little bit more important, because, well, when are we going to get rich? If we take a look at the 2017 cycle for XRP, I think you guys would all agree with me that XRP really generally spikes just a little bit after BTC did it. Like right here is when BTC took its biggest hike, the week of, oh, that was not the most manly sneeze, and hopefully it scared you, because I'm letting that one in. Alright, I already re-recorded this video twice here because I was not satisfied. I'm not doing it again, and I'm not editing that out. That's raw. I'm gonna keep that. Okay. So that right here was the week that Bitcoin hit its all-time high, and a couple of weeks after that is when XRP hit its all-time high, about 2-3 weeks later, 2.5, or let's see here, it was the week of December 11th, and then 3.5 weeks later is when, or 2.5 weeks, you guys get it, about 3 weeks later is when XRP hit its all-time high, and thus we're kind of expecting that to happen once more to Bitcoin. And since we estimated it could be around this January start that Bitcoin could hit an all-time high if it were to follow the 2017 pattern, or if it were to really extend and actually get kind of double the pattern going, it would be something more like this, which would mean a high at about the end of 2021. Whatever kind of comes to mind right there, a lot of them would work out. It would mean that about 2-3 weeks later after that XRP most likely would hit another high time or all-time high as well. And that is pretty exciting, but that means, again, 2021 is going to be our year, and 2020 is really not that feasible anymore for our crazier prices, unless you have at least 120,000, 200,000, maybe 500,000 XRP. If you have that, then I guess this video does not apply to you, but I'm assuming that you do not. And I've already asked a couple of questions on Twitter, like, would you cash it all out at 10? And most people who responded said no and called me stupid. With that in mind, I've tried this a little bit with the document here, the XRP Retirement Plan, and it works. And I've added the "why are you reading this" tab in there as well. I think this works out fine. And that's kind of a saying of, you don't need this crypto tracking sheet because, first of all, it is not perfect, and second of all, this is just for people who want to pay to support the channel. And some people say, man, you're only making these videos to advertise for this thing. That's 0% my intention. I've just said if you become a channel member, you're getting this crypto tracking sheet for free, because that's kind of an incentive to join. Otherwise, I would have nothing to give people who support the channel. However, you don't need to, as if you just want the formulas, here's your 3 that you're going to need for this episode. Quantity of XRP times the price of XRP is your retirement amount, or again, the amount of money that you would want to require, which is $1 million. Quantity, so the amount of XRP, is retirement amount over the price, and the price is the retirement amount over the quantity. That's all you're going to need, and that's also what I've put in here, just to kind of simply put it in the easiest way possible. However, in here, I think it's a little bit simpler because I put it in small, and you guys can still see all the results. So let's put in a couple of prices here, and the ones I found most interesting are the ones that a lot of us have been talking about for a very good while, which are $350, $14.35, and $350 is basically the all-time high that XRP hit, which is a very popular cash out destination that a lot of people have been talking about. I could say $5 is also one, which we might put in there actually. Let's also put a $5 in there. For example, 5,000. We'll talk about this in just a second. 14 has been a very popular place because of the Fibonacci extensions, and so is 35. I've shown you guys this a couple of times in videos just now. This is about $13 to $14, and this one is about, again, 32 to 37. Following Fibonacci waves about what happened to XRP kind of in history. I don't have it in here, I believe, but it's somewhere within all these charts, but I'd have to look for exactly which one of these it is going to be in. And let's not do that today. Let's not bother ourselves by looking at all of this because I don't think I would find it. However, just believe for me now that 350, 14, 35 are very, very popular cash out destinations. And if this is not yours, it doesn't matter. All right, you can do this for your own self. You just need these three formulas and a little bit of logic. But I'm just going to give you guys an example of how to calculate something pretty damn cool, all right? Once more, you don't need to buy this. You can literally just use these three and you'll be fine. I'm just showing you guys this because I have access to it, and I made it specifically for this reason. So let's say we were to, for example, have, I don't know, let's go for, what amount of coins? Well, let's actually start out first by putting in an end amount of dollars, which is 1 million, and putting in a couple of prices to just see how many coins we would need. So, for example, if we think $10 is where we're going to be going, or we have an average price, cash out price of $10, we would need about 100,000 coins to get there. If we were to have an average price of 5, we would of course need 200,000. If we were to go for 15, we would need 66,000, and if we were to go for example, 35, we would need about 28,000, which is a lot more in the ballpark of what a lot of us can get. However, maybe you do not have the prices yet, you want to calculate those prices later, and you know exactly how much XRP you'll have eventually. Well, you could just put in here your amount of XRP, like for example, 11,347. You can see the price you would have to hit on average is $88, and the average price is calculated right here. And this is not perfect, by the way, this whole sheet. I'm still working on it. I found a couple of bugs already, which I'm going to be fixing, like this average is not perfect. It's not good at all, but I'm going to be making sure that works in just a couple of hours. So I would, for example, if I knew my average price would be 88, kind of think of a scheme, a cash out scheme where this average price is going to get to 88 and where I'm adding on top of each other. So for example, I've also put a way to put percentages in here, but since we didn't put in the quantity of what we bought here perfectly, I'm not going to bother with that. I'm just going to, again, don't mind these coins left to sell and don't mind the profit that you'll see right here and right here. Just look at the total sale because that one is the one that's important. Let's say we were to cash out about, let's say, 5,000. No, let's go for a little bit less. Let's say we have 11,000 in total, right? We were to cash out at maybe like 10% at the start, so that's about 1,000 XRP. We would cash out at 350. We would cash out, let's say, about 40% or so in total at the next price. Let's go for 4,300 XRP at $14, and we would cash out another maybe like $4,000, 4,000 XRP at 35. You can already see what we're going to get to in terms of sale, right? We're not really getting that high. And the problem is, as I've said before, that your average price right now needs to be 88, all right? So I would have to, for example, put in 100 here per XRP, and then, let's see here, let's go for a little bit of an easier number. We have 8,000, 9,000, so we have about 2,347 to go. This is about what it would look like, which gives us an average price of $38 and a total sale of 400,000, which is definitely not enough for what we would need to get to. So let's then up our XRP purchases a little bit. Let's say we were to have 14,000 and we would sell out another, 3,000 at about 35, which puts this to 7. Okay, you can see our average price got up a little bit, but not too much, right? Or it even got down just a little bit because actually 35 is below our previous average. I'm sorry. Let's actually keep this at 4,000 and let's up this one. No, let's put another $50 actually here. And let's put that to 1,000 and let's put $75 in there as well and put that to maybe 2,000 or something like that. I, again, don't really know exactly. Let's delete this for right now so we can actually see things. Oh, no, that's impossible. It works, but it's a little bit ugly. Let's then keep it in. I wanted to see it for the coins left because that one would update itself then. But in this case here, you can also see we have sold now 14,000 coins, and we had 14,000 coins, so that is perfect. However, we're still not at 1 million yet, which is kind of showing you guys exactly how much you would need and how you would have to go about this. If you want to know how to calculate this, just take 5 minutes in Excel and you'll figure it out. Or once more, just figure it out with these quantities and calculate it in like a sheet like this. Just put it down, a cashing out price, a quantity, and the value, and you could just add these things together, and then you'll get there eventually as well. It's not like it's hard math, you just have to put it in. If you want a couple of overviews here on, again, average prices, the P is average price, Q is quantity. You can see if you had to go to $1 million, if you were to want to be at $1, you'd have to, or to get to 1 million, you'd have to have 1 million coins. If you think $10, you'd need at least 100,000 coins. If you wanted 50, you'd need, let's say about 20,000 coins. 100, of course, you'd need 10,000 coins, and at 589, which some people like to brag about, you'd need about, how much would it be? 2,000 coins, a little bit less, 1,500 coins, about something like that. You guys get how that would work, though. And that's these things which I found very interesting. That's the thing that I think is very important, to know exactly your worth. Because where do you think XRP is going to go? Do you think you can average a $69 sellout price? If that's the case, if you think that that's going to be your average price, well, you're not going to need more than 14,000 XRP then to actually become a millionaire. If you think, well, okay, my average price of sales is eventually going to be about $33, well, you're going to need 30,000 XRP to become a millionaire. And things like that are just really easy to calculate if you know how to do it. And once more, you can use it like this, just create this for yourself, or again, become a channel member, or just use this small little overview and just extend this with a couple of ones, and it's going to be very simple as well. The idea is just put on a couple of cash out prices up front, put in a couple of amounts of XRP relative to what you can do, and I would recommend to also work your way up. So for example, instead of going like we just did, let's go for something a little bit differently. Let's go for 100, and then let's go. I don't know if this is ever going to happen. I'm just hypothetically putting it in here to, I guess, sketch a little bit of a story for you guys. All right. Let's do 1,000, and we hire it up every single time. So let's do 2,000 here. You go for 4,000 there, and we kind of go exponent. No, let's go with increments of 1,000. So because otherwise it would be a little bit too much. Let's see if we can actually pull that through. Yes, there we go. So that in total would be 45,000 XRP, which is way, way, way too much. But consider this. It is $5 million that you would get to eventually then. Again, that's the power of the price going up, because your average sale price would then be 109. If we take this one away, boom, your average price goes to 73. You see that difference, guys? That's a $40 difference per sale. So, for example, if we were to not cash out at any of these prices right now, look at the difference. It's almost nothing. Even if we take this one away, it's going to go down a little bit, but your average price is so far up that your total sale, it doesn't really matter that much. So, of course, logically speaking, it's only these higher cashing out prices that matter, but it's also about just ordering your buys in such a way that you know that the higher we're going to go and the easier it's going to get, that you have more stashed up to be selling there. However, of course, there is a part of it which is timing the top, and that's why I sometimes say, don't consider these huge high prices, but go for things which are, more in reach, like for example, $3.50, which is all-time high. Maybe if you're very, very positive, go for 14, or if you're extremely bullish, go for 35. Because even though you may have $100 or $500 plans, it doesn't mean that the market is going to show that anytime soon, and thus it might be okay to prepare for it, but maybe not put all your hopes on it. All right, maybe plan out with this in mind first, and then adjust as we go higher, so that you might, for example, if you've had 20,000 XRP, that you would, for example, have cashed out maybe 15,000 at this point, and that you're still waiting for XRP to hit 100 to cash out your last portion. So, for example, you'd cash out 1, 2, 3. No, let's go a little bit higher. Because we said we had 20,000 XRP, so let's cash out 1,000 here, 4,000 here, 7,000 here, and we would still have about 8,000 to go at that point, right? Which again would bring us to over $1 million as well. You guys see the picture that I'm trying to draw here? There's a lot of options for yourself, as long as you know exactly what you want, which in this case is $1 million, and you know exactly how much XRP you can purchase and where you estimate the average sale price, you're done. If you're asking me though, again, I would say $35 is a very good high estimate of where XRP is going to be going in the near future, hopefully. But $14 is more of a conservative and kind of a normal bet. If you were to ask somebody in the community, I think $14 is a very good start. However, asking you guys over on Twitter, you all said 10 is very freaking stupid, and it's very, very, very low. So I'm not going to be debating that, All of you guys have said no. So another target is to go for $8, for example, and then go your way upwards. For example, you cash out at 8 first, then 16, then like maybe in increments of 8, so 24, and you were to go on like that. And maybe also go for, increased sales. So for example, now 2,000 once more and 3,000 once more. You guys get the idea, right? There's a lot of different things you can go for, but you just got to know that average sale price. 36,000 XRP is going to get you 1.6 million. Let's take this one off. Even this would work. So 28,000 XRP could also work. Even a little bit less, I think, could work. Let's try. Yeah, this could also work here. We can even take one off here as well, I think. Boom. You guys see what I'm trying to say here? There's a lot of options. Theoretically speaking, if your ideas are following along with this one, you don't even need that much XRP to get there. It depends, though. Maybe you call 25,000 XRP a huge amount. But again, we're talking about $1 million in maybe a couple of years, maybe 1 year. Who knows? So, yeah. Again, hopefully this enlightened you a little bit about the situation and what I think about it. I'm not going to say that this is all working properly. Again, I'm not going to try and sell you guys this spreadsheet because I'm just admitting there's flaws in this thing. I just created it for fun. Do not think this is financial advice. Do not think, this you should be using this for your, I don't know, for any legal thing or something like that. Don't hold me accountable if something goes wrong. As, I'm going to put it down here, this is not 100% accurate. I'm going to just put that in there just as a disclaimer that things might be wrong. Like, for example, here, this average price right now, it is just the average of this row right here. However, I have to adjust it where it's like the relative purchase price, right? Or the average relatively. So it's like gone over the quantity like I've also done with this average price rather than just taking the average of that row because that's kind of stupid. That you can't really get much out of that. And there's a couple other things which I have to adjust, which I'm definitely going to be doing right now after this video. But like, for example, this quantity here, this whole tab, it didn't work too properly just quite yet because of a couple of errors. So I'm going to be fixing that all. But hopefully you guys now have an idea of how much XRP you would need. If your idea was $33, you need 30,000 XRP. However, could you become a millionaire with 20,000 XRP? Well, if you think $50 average price is possible, then yeah. But this is not financial advice, though. So just so you know.